Jane Unchained live talk. We've got breaking news. Some of my favorite people on this planet have an emergency that has nothing to do with their own incredible, relentless activism. It's zoning laws and zoning rules. They have 70 animals approximately in an incredible sanctuary called Love Always Sanctuary. Things have changed. They have to move. Let's go straight out to Nickie Mingarelli. Nickie, tell us what's going on.
Good morning, Jane. Well, we've had issues with neighbors not wanting us here all along, which isn't odd. A lot of people don't want a sanctuary in their neighborhood, but we've always followed the rules. And when they've called on us, animal control has come out and done an inspection and praised us and high-fived us and left. So that's been our experience. But when COVID hit, the neighbors put a pool in. And decided that we were more of an annoyance again, and they called the city, which the city came out, did their inspection, and said that our aviary needs to be removed because it's too close to our home, which is where our birds of flight live and our rabbits. It's a really special place for anybody who's been here, you're aware, and that the pigs can't be here. So we ourselves don't have to leave, but our family has to leave, which means as a group, we all need to leave.
Well, just introduce us to the individual you are holding. Maybe you can hold her, I guess, or him. I don't know.
Him. Oh, this is him. This is Einstein. Einstein and Tesla were two chicks that we rescued not even a year ago. Sky Valencia, another activist, saved them from a feed store where they were going to be dumped in Utah and brought them here. So they were little babies that were raised here in the house, in my bed. I'm their mama. And he's just beautiful, and he spends his days with his feathers all fluffed up for me, and he thinks he's my boyfriend now.
Well, we've got some great videos. Once again, I want to say, we're going to get to your partner who's right there in a second, but this sanctuary is incredible. I will tell you personally that I have had not little Rico here, my mascot from Puerto Rico, who I adopted through all sorts of, but there was another dog who came into my life, and I was leaving. I was leaving for Europe, and I had nowhere to go. I was desperate, and I called this lady here, and she said, "Of course, we'll take him." And that's the kind of people they are. So from the bottom of my heart, I hope people donate to this GoFundMe page. This is a difficult situation. These folks are the real deal, the activists on the ground, on the front lines. Let's take a look at some of the videos of some of their family members who
Billy just joined us also.
Oh, okay. So here we go. Oh, that's Billy. That's Billy, the dog. I pulled out of the pound because a neighbor, an elderly neighbor, was despondent, having lost her dog. And she said, "I want another dog." And I said, "You want to come with me to the pound?" And she said, "No, just go pick the dog yourself." And there was Billy. And I grabbed Billy, and then she didn't want Billy. And I was leaving for Europe. I was literally fit to be tied. I was crying. And I called you guys, and you came to my rescue. And Billy, look at him. Look at that little baby. I love you, Billy. All right, let's take a look at some of the others who are here at Love Always Sanctuary. Love Always Sanctuary, what a beautiful place, what a care for these animals, all of whom are individuals. That's the point we're trying to say. They're friends, not food, just like our companion animals. They have a GoFundMe. Right now it is at 3906. Let's see what we can do to get it certainly over the 4,000 mark. The link is right on the introduction to this live video. So tell us a little bit more. Let's bring Marlene in. Marlene, Tell us some of the animals you have there and some of the work that you do, because I know that what you do is expose people to not just dogs, but to chickens and pigs and cats, all these animals who, but really the solution to most of the world's problems is us seeing them in a different way as individuals.
Yes. So I'm a licensed marriage family therapist, and I also do crisis counseling for LGBTQ teens. So our mission is to not just help heal animals, but also humans. And we have, a turkey, Marlene, who was named after me, which we love to share her story because 2 years ago, one day before Thanksgiving, we were able to peacefully protest and negotiate her release along with 2 other chickens. So it's just wonderful to see her heal and trust humans. She loves cuddles. Everybody falls in love with her when they come see her. We recently took in a few chickens that were egg layers, who were egg battery farms. So, we have a lot of family members, and, we both struggle to, we're at a tough situation right now, and we decided that we're not going to give up on them, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep looking out for them. And we have, again, rabbits, turkeys, pigs, dogs, cats. So we hope that just the community comes together, and we both work really hard, and it takes a village. So we're hoping that even if you can't donate, share our posts, share our stories. We really love to see us grow. Again, our mission is also to do therapy with kids that have trauma. As a licensed therapist, sometimes it's hard for people who have trauma to open up just to a person. So just by our own experiences, we've had trauma, and personally myself, the animals really healed me and saved me and gave me the passion to continue doing what I do through therapy. So we definitely want to combine. And our plan has always been to move in a year, but unfortunately, due to the zoning issues, we have to move sooner than expected. I'm a licensed marriage therapist, but I work through contract work, which means I'm self-employed. And because of COVID, it's been hard to get home loans because, again, we're both self-employed. And right now, those type of loans are on hold. So we are really struggling to be able to find a property because of now with COVID. We were looking at properties right when COVID hit. So unfortunately, that also added to our difficulties.
Okay, and I'm just sharing this out to our Facebook page. Right now, we're on one Facebook page, but we've got others. Look at these beautiful animals. So look at this baby. Look at this. Now tell us, Nickie, tell us about this lady with her bandana. Is she social distancing and wearing a scarf because
no, that was for Pride.
Her face?
That was a for Pride. That was Marlene. She had a rainbow bandana on for Pride Month.
How wonderful! Tell us about her, Nickie.
So back to me. Is that well, Marlene is the actual turkey that Marlene next to me rescued. So Marlene, she literally, the slaughterhouse worker threw her at her. It was brutal. We have video of it into Marlene's arms. And I guess the best part of this, not just that she has a safe home, but within 2 days of having a safe home, maybe even within 1 day, she had completely responded to love. She had fit into our family. She had found her spot, just like everybody kind of does here. I mean, you kind of enter these doors and you find a safe space and you find someone to love. You find someone who will love you. And if that's not needed more than ever right now, I don't know what is.
We do definitely need love. We need love always, but you're right. So many people are really down in the dumps, and we know that there's nothing that will lift your mood more than giving. So guess what? We just checked your GoFundMe page, and we're over the 4,000 mark, so that is excellent. Let's see here. where was it? Yes, we're at 4,156. So we're moving up. We urge everybody, please just $10, $5, $15. These folks are just absolutely devoted. They devote their entire life to caring for these animals and to using these animals as ambassadors, so that children in the inner city, for example, who never have come in contact with an animal aside from maybe a dog or cat, can understand that when that chicken wing falls on their plate that also contributes to heart disease, obesity, and cancer, it's not just a chicken wing. It belonged to an animal who has feelings, who's a sentient being. Let's take a look at one of the star members of the Love Always contingent. So who's that, Nickie?
That's Princess Buttercup. And I'm going to say about 8 months ago, I have no concept of time since COVID, so excuse me if my time frame is off, but we've been on hold taking animals in for the last year since we knew it was time to move. So the board of directors, all of us, there was a kibosh. So we got a call about a stray pig roaming the streets in East LA that was pregnant. So sometimes even when you don't have money, you have to step up. And so we stepped up, and she actually wasn't pregnant. Ended up that she had just had a litter, which is heartbreaking. But so she's here, and she is just the most amazing individual. You saw her giant squishy face. She is so lovely, and has found her way in here, found her part in the pack. And we're really, we're grateful that we broke our own rule that day and went to rescue Princess Buttercup, Lady of the Manor.
Yes, and these are some of the other members of the pack, and it's very important that they stay together because they are family. They do form bonds. We all know, for example, that our dogs can be bonded pairs. God forbid. Unfortunately, a lot of people are getting sick, dying, losing their homes because of COVID, and these animals go into shelters, and then they say, please keep this bonded pair together. Isn't it the same with the farm animals, Nickie?
Oh, more, I want to say. I mean, some of our pigs have been here together since, Wilbur and Charlie were abandoned piglets left in an apartment to die. We've had them since they were just fit in our hands. And beyond that, not even just coming together, like the animals that come here in trauma find each other, find their village the same way we do when we're in trauma, and they heal together. And maintaining those friendships and those bonds are just as important to them as they are to us, to maintaining mental health and knowing that they're loved. So 100%. So don't think we haven't heard, well, it's just time to shut your doors and you ladies gave it your all. But I ask you, at what point do you say to your human kids, hey, we gave it our all, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut our doors. Good luck out there. I just don't think there's a day to do that. We're certainly not there yet. So,
well, absolutely, absolutely not. Your clan, your contingent is a family. Now, tell us a little bit. By the way, some donations are coming in. We're now at 4,231. So thank you, people, for responding. Every little bit helps. $10, $5. It takes a village, as they say. It takes a village to make something like this happen. So you're based in the LA area. Where are you looking, and what are you looking for? Like, what are you looking? Obviously, you want to stay in this general vicinity. This is where your roots are. This is where you can do outreach very effectively. It's important. Let me just say something else. It's really important to have sanctuaries in the city, because guess what? Inner city kids, cannot afford to take trips quite often all the way to some remote area. It's extremely important that we keep these facilities, these incredible sanctuaries, available to the vast majority of people who live in urban areas. We know, for example, that COVID-19 is hitting people who are in poor communities and suffering from underlying health conditions harder. And we also know that if you're healthy, you have a better chance of surmounting COVID-19. People with underlying health conditions are more likely to get severely ill and die. So this is also to promote healthy eating. Once people understand that these things on their plates were individuals, they are more likely to switch to fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains, which will keep them healthier during COVID-19. Do you find, Nickie, that your work staying here in the LA area accessible to people in the one of the biggest communities in the United States? I think LA County is the largest county in the United States, or something like that, second largest city. That it helps keep that important message there.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's been part of what's been difficult. We probably could have moved a few times. I mean, I certainly could have moved on my own financially to other places, other states, many times, but I felt really strongly about being here. But for me, I was rebuilding a life also. So as I said, my community was important. So, you know, LA is my new home as a 50-year-old woman, basically starting a new life. And the need to be here and to be accessible, absolutely. Just the people in my neighborhood who have, you know, found us because we were having a pop-up, and yes, maybe it was just all my vegan friends that showed up eventually, but the food truck got them here, and they found us in the neighborhood, and it's life-changing to see a little kid hold a chicken for the first time. It's a pretty big deal to see that light bulb go off. So staying in the city is important for them. It's important for us. Also, I'm a private chef. My clients are in LA. I can certainly travel a little bit, and I'm willing to do whatever. But again, and Marlene as a therapist works 3 jobs, nights and days.
Wow.
So like we support, you know, we have some Patreon, but it certainly isn't enough. You know, we cover the sanctuary predominantly on our own. So our paychecks obviously are really important. So it's not, you know, we could possibly afford to move off to Bakersfield or in the middle of nowhere, but then we don't have jobs within which to pay for the vet bills, which is the issue.
Yeah. So, let me ask you this. What's the closest you can be in terms of neighborhoods where it's still accessible to people, but it's inexpensive enough that you can get the land you need for 70 animals and also has the proper zoning?
It's a little obscure. Like Acton is good, Aqua Dulce, Porter Ranch, Agora Hills has pockets, Simi Valley, Silmar, Pacoima, which is basically where we are now. Part of the problem is we have an incredible real estate agent, Renee, who gives part of everything she does back to the animals, which is amazing. But she's even having a hard time locating something for us, because right now we're trying to lease, not purchase. We were literally just looking at buying a property, the most perfect property in Acton, right when this happened, but it affected my salary as 3 of my clients were compromised. So they went to summer homes and different places to live and left LA. So it was really scary to buy a $550,000 property, even Marlene and I together at that time, not knowing if our income was going to be, how effective it was going to be. So literally, we don't need more than an acre to be what we are right now. It's our goal to have 3 to 5 acres so that Marlene's office can be on property to see her clients. I want to be able to have kids that are coming out of foster care, aging out, be able to come to the sanctuary. I'd like to be able to teach them to be a chef, so that they have something else, maybe something else to hang on to in the world when they feel like they're alone. So ultimately we need, you know, the dream property is a beautiful property in an Agora Hills or a Porter Ranch that people want to come to, that has an outdoor kitchen where we can throw incredible events because we're capable of that, and where Marlene can heal everyone with a turkey on their lap. What we would settle for right now is just a safe place. It's A1 or A2 zoning, which is farm zoning. We've even discussed just an acre or 2 if it had electric and power, or moving an Airstream there for a year. We literally just need a year so that we can buy our own place. 1 year. So also, if you know someone that has a property up for lease, or even another sanctuary maybe that has space that also maybe has financial problems, that would want to lease an acre to us, that would also enhance them to have that financial income. So again, we're open to a lot of ideas right now. We're not married to anything other than the animals.
Wow. So let me ask you, when it comes to zoning, which I don't really know a lot about, what are the rules? I mean, it seems like you were fitted very easily into where you were. I've been there. You're quiet, maybe a rooster crows, but guess what? As I say around here, when people are giving us a hard time about walking our dogs and having them pee, I said, if you want to look at garbage, look at the humans. The humans are the ones leaving the garbage. The humans are the ones making the noise, not the animals. And so I don't even understand why anybody would complain about what you're doing. You're so peaceful. You're so quiet.
Well, we'll be honest. It didn't make us happy when it happened, but this is no time for us to live like in a place of negativity, and having strong feelings of dislike for my neighbors isn't helpful. So we're just moving forward. They don't like us for whatever reason. They liked us when we were helping them look for their lost dog or when they found a stray kitten, but it just is what it is. And it's not an abnormal thing, like I said, to be in a neighborhood like ours. It happened to Gentle Barn. That's how Ellie moved out of her place and into Gentle Barn, was a neighbor that complained until she had to go. And obviously it worked out for her just fine. So like I said, we're trying to just be excited that we're being kicked into change really quick instead of the panic. You could probably see a rash on me right now.
Well, let me say this. You're absolutely right. Let the journey of life take you. That's what I always say. You know, I've had, worked at, oh my gosh, 8 or 9 different companies over the course of my life. And sometimes I left on my own. A couple of times I was pushed. And every single time it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And it was turned out that what lay ahead was much better than what I had left. And so I do consider life an adventure, and I do like to let the journey, like a river, you're on the river, let's see where it goes and let's have some fun with it. But I understand that you have tremendous responsibility for the approximately 70 animals you are parenting, essentially. And we've been getting to know some of them here, these wonderful, wonderful beings who are just incredible individuals and also ambassadors. So let's just take a look at the GoFundMe and see what's happening, and see if we've got folks, again, $5, $10, any amount will help. Okay, we're up to $4,500. So that's good. We've had some donations in the last couple of minutes. 60 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. This is great. So I hope that you reach your goal. I want to stay on top of this and to see if we can help any way we can. Again, the work you're doing is so important. Can you just bring your little friend who is right there, who you're holding, and show his face once again? That's Billy. But and then look how the dog and the turkey are getting along so well too. If we humans could only get along as well as these beautiful, beautiful animals, so peaceful, so loving. Look at this. There is no, I have to ask you about that. Nickie, so many people have this idea where they demonize animals. They say animals, oh, they can't be together. And Gene Bauer, the founder of Farm Sanctuary, tells this amazing story where he meets with a farmer, and the pig farmer, warns him about the pigs. No, you're in danger. They're dangerous. And he said, no. And he moved the pig gently, and then he said, why do you think the pigs were dangerous? Well, when I was taking a baby away from her mother, the mother pig attacked me. And Gene said, well, of course you were abducting her child. Such a different way of thinking. All these animals in you have 70 of them. You're talking pigs, you're talking chickens, you're talking turkeys, you're talking dogs, you're talking cats, and they all get along, Marlene?
Yes, they all have different personalities. They all have, like Nickie said, their own little cliques. And we always love to see the relationships grow. We've had an iguana be best friends with like other animals. We have he is like best friends with the pigs versus his sibling likes to hang out with just the chickens and the ducks. So yeah, everybody gets along, and we've had like the recent chickens that we got, they were so afraid of humans. All they've known is just being tight, living in a tight cramped cage. It took them a while to kind of know that they're safe and trust us and trust the other chickens and the other animals. For instance, Buttercup, who you saw, we think she was in a place where she was just with dogs because she felt comfortable with dogs, and it took her a while to find her place with the pigs. So everyone gets along, and everyone has personalities, and just like humans, they'll get in their moods, but animals, just like humans, as long as they're giving love, patience, and care, they flourish and nourish into beautiful human beings.
I just think before we go, honestly, I think we should play one of those videos again. They're so adorable. Please give whatever you can. Again, $5, $10. It's all going to help. The GoFundMe link is right there. It's in the comment section. It's in the intro. So let's just take one more look, and then we'll say adieu for today, but we're going to stay on top of this. Please help Love Always Sanctuary. They are doing such important work. I want to say you guys are my heroes. I know how hard it is to do all of that work every day, day in and day out, 70 animals, as well as the outreach. So we'll stay on top of this. Donate. The GoFundMe link is right there. Let's make this happen. Let's find a place for Love Always Sanctuary. Talk soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Jane.
Bye.